judge who entrapped him. Now want to extend the lie to a Supreme Court judge. Ladies and gentlemen, all these claims by the Attorney General through his spokesperson are lies, and we have evidence to prove so. In addition to the voice recordings, we have other evidence by way of screenshots of chats on WhatsApp between Godfred Dame and Mr. Jakpa, which further proved that the Attorney General contacted and represented a represented person without recourse to the represented person's lawyer. The charts further show that it was Godfred Dame who chose to meet Richard Jakpa at the house of the Supreme Court judge, and not the Supreme Court judge who invited them.
So the first one. The date, 16 February.
16 February 2022.
You know the mic.
16 February 2022. From Richard Jakpa. I'm humbly requesting for a time and venue at your convenience to meet you for a private discussion, please. Then I'm most grateful for that kind gesture from you. Then hope to hear favorably from you.
Next.
This is all from Richard Jakpa. Then you come down here. Okay. That is from Godfred Dame. I will arrange through your brother. Thanks. That brother is the Supreme Court judge. So Godfred Dame says he will arrange through the Supreme Court judge for them to meet. So the Supreme Court judge has not requested for any meeting in his house. It's Godfred Dame who arranged the meeting. Then he said, okay.
Yeah. So no, hold on.
Yeah.
Go back. So as you read.
The charts show it was Godfred Dame who chose to meet Richard Jakpa at the house of the Supreme Court judge. As you can see from this screen, this is a WhatsApp chat dated 16 February 2022, which Godfred Dame undertakes to arrange a meeting with Mr. Jakpa through his brother, actually his cousin, the Supreme Court judge, through a WhatsApp message sent at 7:32 p.m. This evidence totally belies Dame's contrived and gross claim that he was entrapped. So he was not entrapped. He planned to use the Supreme Court judge to call the witness for whatever they wanted to set up. The next set of WhatsApp chats. WhatsApp exhibits 2, 3, and 4. Dated 17th July 2022. Shows Godfred Dame receiving certain soft copies of documents from Mr. Richard Jakpa to facilitate his prosecution of the minority leader at 11:29 p.m. close to midnight. So if you hear Richard Jakpa saying odd and unholy hours and times, this is what he was referring to. This was immediately after the Attorney General had met Mr. Jakpa at the residence of the Supreme Court judge at the instance of the Attorney General. So these are documents which the Jakpa forwarded to Godfred Dame after that meeting. I want to jail somebody. I don't have the documents. Can you help me? If you help me, I will free you. Then we can use the document. And you got all these documents. And still the document could not incriminate anybody. And now you want him to lie on top of the document. So these are documents. And in the next WhatsApp chat, WhatsApp Exhibit 5, dated 23rd November 2023, Godfred Dame is seen to have placed a call at 10:40 a.m. to Richard Jakpa and followed it with a message at 10, acknowledging a message sent to him by Mr. Jakpa that the case had been adjourned to Thursday the following week. Bro, the case is adjourned to next week Thursday. The man is still on admission fighting for his dear life. Then Godfred Dame, okay, thanks. Lisa. The final WhatsApp chat, WhatsApp Exhibit 6, dated Tuesday 9th April 2024, shows evidence of a 26-minute phone call placed to Richard Jakpa by Godfred Dame at 7:12 a.m. The morning of the day Jakpa was scheduled to testify in the court. The recorded one we played for you. It was the morning Jakpa was going to court to testify. And he was saying that today if you go, tell them this. Letters of credit means cash payment. Letters of this means this. So go and tell them. But we don't have our own finance system in Ghana, which is different from the finance system everybody knows all over the world. How can you say that letters of credit is just cash payment? Somebody has taken the money without delivery, of course. And he was pushing him. And the man says, I have my conscience. I can't do it because I am being persecuted from lies somebody has told about me. So why do you want me to lie for another person to also prosecute when I'm feeling the pinch of how lies can be used to create a problem for you? So I'm not going to do it. You see, it is this telephone conversation that we have played to you, and it was in this conversation that Godfred Dame, among others, asked Jakpa to fabricate a fake medical excuse duty to deceive the trial court. That's the claim by the dishonorable Attorney General Godfred Dame, that he only met the person once, and that same was true entrapment by a Supreme Court judge is not only false but hogwash. You now agree? Ladies and gentlemen, following Mr. Jakpa's testimony in court, and now I'm going to talk about the contrived plea bargain which Godfred Dame is using as a reason for their meeting and all that. The Attorney General has falsely claimed through his spokesperson and various assigns that his engagement with the third accused was for purposes of plea bargain at the instance of the third accused. We want to state for the records that there has not been any plea bargain meetings between the Attorney General and the third accused. That the first set of 30 ambulances supplied under the transaction arrived in the country with the necessary fittings in them sometime in the year 2015. So at this stage, on the screen are pictures of the exterior and interior of the ambulances as they arrived in the country. The empty trucks. These are the interior pictures of the empty trucks. It is clear from these pictures that the ambulances that were procured were not empty vans as claimed by dishonest Godfred and the MPP. I'm always ashamed because this is my brother from the same Wenchi district. In addition, a container load of medical equipment to be installed in these ambulances were shipped by Big C and arrived in the country around the end of 2016. Sadly, this medical equipment have been sitting at the Tema port for the last 8 years because this government, specifically the Minister of Health, which is the consignee, has refused to clear them, just so they can falsely claim that there were no equipment. Because you want to prosecute somebody and jail him. Once again, we have projected on the screen a copy of the bill of lading dated 8th October 2016. There it is, covering this shipment. As can be seen, this container has 30 sets of medical equipment and defibrillators for installation, as well as spare parts for the 30 ambulances. Dr. Manibama, is that defibrillators or is that the correct pronunciation? Okay. You've seen the bill of lading. The bill of lading. When you ship, they prepare these documents and then send it to the consignee. So public money used to procure all these things have been sent to the Minister of Health. He has refused to clear them, just so that they can prove that there was no equipment. All that was required for this government to do was to clear the medical equipment from the ports and give engineers of Big C access to the ambulances which have been parked at the Air Force Base in Accra to install them, train personnel of the Ghana Ambulance Service to use them, and then formally take possession of the said ambulances. It therefore makes no sense that after refusing to do this simple task and allowing the ambulances to deteriorate for 8 years, my brother Godfred will turn around to persecute Honorable Atoforsen for allegedly causing financial loss to the state when the loss has been clearly occasioned by the deliberate negligence of the government he represents. We firmly believe that the decision to take the minority leader and some others to court over this matter was born out of malicious, sinister, and wicked desire to silence him through unjust imprisonment, nothing more, nothing less. As we publicly stated from the very onset of this case, the timing and circumstances of this so-called prosecution shows that it was instituted mainly to intimidate and silence the then ranking member of finance, now minority leader, soon to become majority leader, following his vehement opposition to the government's 2022 budget, the e-levy, and the general economic mismanagement by the Akufo-Addo Bawumia government. This is the very embodiment of political witch hunt and persecution.